Hey everybody, RipX from the world of RipX here, and I just wanted to give a mod update, retro view on everything going on in the world of RipX mods. Man, it has been a long time. In 2015, 10 years ago, I started creating mods. It doesn't seem like 10 years ago, but it has. And I made my my first mod, Rolance, the Shayeri, who grew to power to become the Onyx Maiden in the Gemstone Prophecy universe. And it's hard to think when I think about it, what we've done. So we had Rolance, and then we had the 5 rows, and then we created Amethyst and Ruby and Emerald, and then we started the Gemstone Prophecy series. And the Gemstone Prophecy mods were really just started as a cheat mod to have a room to access all of Bench Hammett's dungeons, which at the time were only like 8 dungeons, not like 80-something dungeons that he has now, or 100-something dungeons. I gotta know, the guy keeps making dungeons. But yeah, and then that turned into the Gemstone Prophecy Deception, and then Denouement, whatever it's pronounced. That was a trilogy, and it felt great. And then after that, I did the Luscious Island mod with FF7 and Thane Shake, who was awesome, both awesome guys. And that gave us the island of Bellaria and the 24 Maidens, and that introduced what ended up being the next trilogy, which Kanala and Constantia and Valara, and the Path of Vengeance trilogy, which also introduced us to Dessa. And that the story of Tau and Dessa, or Desato. I know, right? And then that ended up going into the final trilogy that I wanted to work on, the Bloodstone Armageddon trilogy. Then halfway between Bloodstone Armageddon 1 and 2, halfway between Bloodstone 2 and 3, I got an invitation from Bench Hammett to make work on a mod together as the Sons of Older team with him and Lysander, and that became the Daughters of Omenheim, which was supposed to be just a standalone mod, but then it turned into the Sisters of Ravenhollow, which then turned into the Mother of Veilfrost. So then we had the From Voheim to Veilfrost trilogy. So I've had 1, 2, 3 trilogies now, mod trilogies completed, and I'm on the 3rd mod in the 4th trilogy. And combine that with, I've probably made over 50 followers. It's just been a long road. So I did this is the real reason, is to give you the update on what's going on here. So FF7 has the Gemstone Prophecy trilogy mod, which is all 3 prophecy trilogies and all 3 prophecy mods, Gemstone 1, 2, and 3, merged together. Because if anyone doesn't know it, the Gemstone Prophecy trilogy is actually 5 ESPs. The first one had 2 ESPs, the third one had 2 ESPs. This is all merged together now. 1 ESP, or ESM. And for any of y'all that want to ask, no, it's not an ESL. It can't be ESL. The creation key even says, you're not going to ESL this. There's a million characters in there, a million custom cells. It's just not. But we're going to ESM it for you. So you're good there. I'm really excited about that, actually. Because it's coming back to the beginning. My first real deal with Amethyst and Ruby and Emerald and Sapphire. And I love all my maidens, but I love those girls. So anyway, I'm finishing up the last trilogy, which is the Bloodstone Armageddon. And the Bloodstone Armageddon is a multiversal trilogy, and I know, Deadpool says we've done the multiverse to death, but I still like the idea. So in the Bloodstone Armageddon 1, you were introduced to the concept of there was another world, but in that world, the Gemstone Maidens were evil; they were demons. So we had to go to that world and kill all those demons. And I've had some people actually tell me that mod was so long and so tough, they didn't even know if they were going to get through it. I think FF7 told me it's his favorite mod out of all of them, and probably the best mod he thinks that I've done. The whole trilogy is supposed to center around Zen, the vampire, which was a standalone follower also. So she goes with Serana and Ruby and a girl from another world named Sin and someone else that I'm trying to think of and I can't think of for some reason. But Serana, Ruby, Zen, Sin. Okay, maybe that's it. That's probably it. So they beat them, and that's good. And you learn that she is actually a fan. Zen is a fan of a warrior called Zell, a real legendary warrior. So in Bloodstorm Armageddon 2, you get to travel to the Stormcrushers Hall in Solstheim and do the trials to become a member of them. And during those trials, you actually learn many legendary stories and accounts of Zell, because the whole Stormcrushers Hall and their whole group are kind of built upon the legacy of Zell, who is legend. Her legend is that she is an ancient Sha'iri. That's what they're saying right now, and it's built upon her. So at the end of that, you get this crazy revelation. Something else is really crazy happening, because if you think, crazy demonic demons are horrible, then what happens when it's demonic angels with their source of righteousness and whatnot? So the wonderful thing about Bloodstone Armageddon 3 is I'm doing what's called the mains. The mains are getting involved. So in my lore, when Bellari created Tau and everybody, she created 4 mains, and they're like main people. I don't want to use the word anchor being because I don't like that, but kind of think of the importance of in the Marvel Universe an anchor being is, but it's not the same thing. But it's basically 4 characters that were created by Bellari, where if there was a world-ending event, they could band together to save the world. They were like not quite the Gemstone Maidens, like a super alpha version of the Gemstone Maidens. And that's, so basically they have to get together, go to this world where the angels are, and fight them. And I'm really excited. I talked to Witchy Magica a long time ago and asked her if I could use her Witchy Wings pack for it. She said I could, as long as I gave her credit. So that's awesome, Witchy Magica. I love you. And I put some pictures out already. And I'm really excited about it. I'm really excited because it's the end of a big era. I mean, I don't think I'm going to stop. I'm not going to stop modding. Of course not. In fact, I'm saving right now for a much better laptop where I can run the Creation Kit a lot better, run Skyrim a lot better. I love some emulation, especially like a Dreamcast and around that generation emulation. So I want one that'll run that stuff. So I'm going to keep going it. I'm going to start getting into maybe high poly heads, quest markers, actually having quest markers. And Bench Hammett started doing this wonderful thing with AI voice. Then I might try to look into that and see how that goes for the next generation of mods. But we'll see. After Bloodstone Armageddon 3 is done, I'm going to finish the Gemstone Prophecy 1 novel. I'm actually decided to start writing books because one day Skyrim won't be around, but a book can be around for a long time. And to be honest with this universe I've created and all the 50 or something characters in this universe and all the backstories I have for all of them, I do think I have a ton of material that would work really good in a fantasy universe, because it is a fantasy universe. So I'm going to give that a shot, and I will let you guys know as I keep going. I was going to self-publish it, but I work at a library and I'm getting a lot of self-published books to process lately, and I don't like the way they look. And I'm not really, I don't say a fan of Kickstarter, but I might give Kickstarter a shot if people are interested in helping me out. But we'll have to see what happens. But so, want to let you know, I do not have an ETA for Bloodstone Armageddon 3. If it come out by Christmas, that'd be great. If I can get the Gemstone Prophecy Trilogy merged mod out by this summer sometime, that'd be great. Like I said, it's to FF7 right now, Legend. He's got it. He's probably going to find a ton of things that I'm going to have to fix, and that takes time. And once we do all those rounds, he always does a playthrough, which I definitely appreciate, because then he can say, oh, I saw this, or this doesn't match up right, or why was this said when this is said here. So he's been fantastic with that. And that's why the mods, I always say that I'm like the Steve Jobs, not the Steve Wozniak, because I have all the visions. And I am a lot better creating mods than I was 10 years ago, but I still definitely, you know, if I was awesome, I wouldn't need FF7 Legend to go through and bug check and test and all that stuff, but he's a pro, so he's been nice enough to do it for me, so we're going to keep rolling with it. So that's about it. I hope you like Bloodstone Armageddon 3 when it comes out. I hope you like Gemstone Prophecy Trilogy coming out. The Kanala Path to Vengeance Trilogy seems to be doing good, so I'm very happy about that. We'll see what we do about the Voham de Veilfrost trilogy, because they will require both Land of Omenheim and Isle of Veilfrost to play. But I'll probably merge them anyway just because I want to, because it's a trilogy. And then down the road, we'll get the Bloodstone Armageddon trilogy done. Once I have all the trilogies modded and, merged, I will release a total trilogy collection type thing that will just be the boom, boom, boom. I'm not going to try to merge freaking 4 trilogies, because no. But, we'll see where it goes. And I just want to tell you guys thanks. Daughters of Omenheim just surpassed 5,000 downloads, which is not a big deal for a lot of people. But for me it is, because I don't, I have my most best famous download is, I think, Gemstone Prophecy 1. And it's slightly above that. So I'm actually really, really excited that in the short time that Daughters has been available, that it's been that popular. So thank you. Love you guys. So keep it here. Keep watching my crappy food videos when I post them. And until next time, this is RipX from the world of RipX, reminding you that no matter what you do, make sure you rip.